Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. 7th of March already. We're at 78 degrees, 81 for your high, 50% chance of a shower today. So it could be a wet one. We're going to say good morning to Cynthia Guerrera, Executive Director, Monroe County Land Authority. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning. How are you today?
Doing okay. Thank you. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you had a nice Easter.
Oh, yeah. Very lovely weekend. Same to you.
Oh, thank you very much. So Monroe County Land Authority, I know you always have things in the works and land acquisitions, et cetera. What are some of the latest projects that we should be aware of?
Well, one of the things I thought I might talk about today is that we've got an ordinance change that is going to be at our next board meeting on April 15th in Marathon. It's generating a little bit of interest, and it could be misunderstood. Basically, what we need to do is we need to modify the county's conservation lands ordinance to allow for projects in the public interest to take place if they meet certain criteria, and if there's no other way for them to be accomplished other than to be cited on conservation lands. So at last month's meeting, I took a brief PowerPoint to the board to explain it to the board and to the public to let them know that this is something that we need to do to accommodate projects if they meet all the tests and if the board deems them worthy of being on conservation land.
Can you give us an example maybe of a project that might fit this bill?
I sure can. One of the things that sort of spurred this along is there is a need to install redundant power lines to the Key West Airport. And the route that the airport needs to install those lines is along the front of Land Authority and county conservation lands. And the way our ordinance is currently written, they absolutely can't do it at all. There's a complete prohibition. And so there's a really good opportunity to install the lines there because they're going to be doing it in an area that's already disturbed. It's not native habitat. They're not going to impact any native habitat. And that's one of the conditions that they need to meet in the revisions for our ordinance.
And the land authorities role in this again would be what? I was just as far as with the land authority, does it already own that land or would it have to acquire it first?
Yeah, so the land authority has lands that are for conservation, or even the county has some lands that are conservation, and they're all in a conservation lands inventory that's managed by the county's land steward. Okay. It's a little bit confusing because the Board of County Commissioners and our governing board are the same 5 people. Yeah. But basically these are county assets. And as long as a project, first of all, is put forward by a government entity, it can't be just, somebody wants to host a wedding in the middle of a forest or something like that. As long as it's a public project that's brought forward by a government entity with a proven public purpose, and as long as there's no other place for the project, this has to be the last possible place that they can put the project. And also, as long as it doesn't impact natural resources, then the board will have the discretion to allow the project to happen on that parcel.
Okay, and that will be heard by the Board of County Commissioners, you said, upcoming?
Yeah, that's on April 15th. We have our usual agenda where we're picking up some new purchases for density reduction or conservation, and this is in the public hearings portion of their agenda.
Okay, Cynthia Guerrera, Executive Director, Monroe County Land Authority on Good Morning Keys. How are we this year versus previous years as far as rate of acquisition and meeting some of the benchmarks that you look to meet?
Yeah, we're having a really great year. I have an incredible staff that just is so efficient. And so far, we're on pace to exceed last year's acquisitions. Now, that could change. We are, a buyer like anybody else out there. And if the market changes or makes some adjustments, and slows down, then our rate of acquisition is going to slow down. But so far, it's been a really great year since the beginning of our fiscal year, which was October 1st of 25.
And Cynthia, we've heard that the real estate market in the Florida Keys has been challenging as of late, by some accounts, the most challenging, whatever that criteria might be, in all of the state of Florida. Commercial properties and private properties, et cetera, kind of sitting on the market for quite some time. Does that dynamic affect your buying ability or, the kind of realm that you work within as far as, the market buying and selling for you?
Yeah, it can be very challenging. I mean, the thing with properties in the Keys right now is that we are noticing that there are some more frequent price reductions, but the properties are sitting on the market longer. So what that tells me, or what that suggests, is that people have an expectation of what they'd like to get when they put a property up for sale, and the market just isn't supporting those numbers. So sometimes there's, that's a waiting game, and it takes a little while for sellers to come in line with the market conditions. I'm not talking about any major reductions, certainly. It's just a matter of, degrees, really. But yeah, we have to respond and react to market conditions such as they are.
And does that create more buying opportunities for the Land Authority, though, if sellers are having trouble in the regular market?
Well, sometimes, I mean, we're out there competing on the regular market. We're not any different than any other buyer, except that if we have expressed interest to a seller or a seller's realtor, they might keep us in their back pocket. And if they don't find another seller, they might circle back to us. Whereas other people, the other buyers, when they find something, they're going to buy it, and they're not going to be available to potentially purchase the property anymore. So that's kind of one advantage that we have.
Yeah. And as far as funding goes, we still don't have a state budget. Are you affected by the state budget, or is it all, I know we've talked in the past about the sources of funding and tourism dollars and that kind of thing. Does the state hold up as far as funding and budgeting affect your agency?
So far, it hasn't, but every year is kind of a knuckle biter as we wait to see what the state legislature is going to do and when they're going to do it. We are not dependent upon property taxes. So fortunately, we won't be impacted if there's changes to the property tax regime directly. However, we are a county agency, and we work in solidarity with the other county departments. And if there are major cuts countywide, that's likely to have an impact to us as well.
Interesting. Okay, Cynthia Guerrera, she's Executive Director of Monroe County Land Authority. A lot of moving parts there for sure. We appreciate the update this morning, Cynthia. Is there anything else we should mention, though, for the common good?
No, I think this was a good conversation today. I really appreciate your time, and I don't know where you are physically, but it's raining up in Key Largo, and I'm loving it.
Well, then it's probably coming my way. I am currently in the lower Keys, but it's clouding up. So good, refreshing rain to have. We're calling for about a 50% chance of rain through the day, so you may see some more before it's all said and done.
We need it.
We do. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for all you do and for being here. We appreciate your time very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You too.
Take care. Cynthia Guerrera, she's Executive Director of Monroe County Land Authority on Good Morning Keys. We return with more in a moment.
In the Florida Keys, there's a name people trust for pool construction and remodels. Islamorada Pools. For years, residential and commercial property owners from Key Largo to Key West have trusted their team to design, build, remodel, and repair some of the most beautiful pools in the islands. Building a brand new backyard retreat, transforming an aging commercial pool, they bring craftsmanship, experience, and attention to every detail. They're local, they live here year-round, and they know what it takes to build and renovate pools that stand up to the Keys climate while delivering true luxury and long-term durability. From new construction and remodels to repairs, equipment upgrades, and decorative concrete, every detail matters. Your pool should reflect the quality of your property. Islamorada Pools makes that happen. Call 305-852-3133. Visit their showroom at 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 103 in Islamorada, or online at islamorada.pools.com. Islamorada Pools, trusted, local, and built for the Keys.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Let's talk trash. I'm Taylor Conrath, and my family's been taking care of your family's trash for years. In fact, we've operated Marathon Garbage Service and kept the Middle Keys clean since my great-grandpa, John Conrath, founded the company in 1950. That's a lot of years talking trash and hauling trash. And these days, we take care of your family's recyclables in addition to commercial and residential waste removal. The Conrath family and our entire team of great employees takes pride in keeping our community clean, from the north end of the 7 Mile Bridge to Craig Key. Now it's my generation of Conraths working together with my grandfather and my dad to continue the tradition and commitment started in 1950 at Marathon Garbage Service. The Conrath family is always there for your family. If you need to talk trash, just call us at 305-743-5165. That's 305-743-5165. Or visit us at 4290 Overseas Highway in Marathon and online at marathongarbageservice.com.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.
Good morning, Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. No major incidents to report up and down US 1 this morning, but we are going to have rain through the day. As mentioned, 50% chance of rain today. 81 for the high, 40% chance of rain tonight. 40, I did mention that, 70 for your low as well. Nikki, the nurse practitioner, is back with us. It looks like you're in a different part of the world because your sunset is occurring as ours is rising. So how about that?
I'm here.
Okay.
It's just my background.
I was going to say,
I'm never up and motivated enough to go watch the sunrise.
Oh, well, is it a sunrise or a sunset? I thought maybe it was a sunset. It might be a sunrise, I guess.
No, this is a sunset.
A sunset.
I'm not up and motivated to go watch the sunrise.
Got it, exactly. Well, yeah, I have to get my game on again and get my background back. I didn't do that this morning, but we'll admire yours as well. I was going to say, if you're somewhere else where you're now having a sunset, how can we truly say about the Key West Surgical Group and the fact that it is such compassionate care and exceptional care close to home? But indeed, you are close to home, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Right here. And we're going to talk about, let me get that word up. Word of the day is gastroparesis. Use it in a sentence.
Gastroparesis is when your stomach empties food too slowly.
Very good. You passed. All right. So we're going to find out why and how this happens.
Yeah. So what is gastroparesis? Like I said, it's when your stomach empties food too slowly, but there's no blockage causing it. So normally your stomach muscles contract and move food through your intestines. But when you have gastroparesis, your muscles do not work properly. So food just sits there, and that's what causes the symptoms that we are about to mention. So what are the common symptoms of gastroparesis, or what could be a sign that you may have gastroparesis? Constant nausea, vomiting, bloating, feeling full too quickly, meaning if you eat, take a couple of bites and then you're like, oh, I'm full, I can't eat anymore. Or you have constant upper abdominal pain, especially when you eat. So these are the symptoms you might have if you're experiencing gastroparesis. The feeling full, fast is huge. And like I said, they will say, I took like 3 bites and I'm done. I can't eat anymore. They push their food away. And you'll even notice if somebody has it, they may have like, they may grimace. They might feel like they're in pain, like something's bothering them.
They can even vomit undigested food hours later.
Hours later, yeah, it could
Sounds
just kind of
funny.
like sit there. It gets, you're just not digesting food like you normally should.
Okay, so nerve damage to the stomach can happen here. The vagus nerve, is that right?
Vagus nerve. So, um, common causes that create damage to the vagus nerve, a big one is diabetes. That is very common in diabetics, both in type 1 and type 2 diabetics. They have damage to their vagus nerve. So a lot of times, diabetics that have either been uncontrolled or just, especially if they were, well, if you're type 1, you're diagnosed when you're very young. Type 2 diabetics that are also diagnosed when they're very young, they tend to experience gastroparesis later on in life. After surgery, viral infections and medications, or idiopathic, meaning they don't know what the cause is of the damage to the vagus nerve or the gastroparesis. And that actually occurs in about 50% of the cases.
Okay, Key West Surgical Group bringing you Nikki, the nurse practitioner, and Medical Matters, Key West Surgical Group Incorporated, and Med Spa, exceptional care, close to home, 3134 Northside Drive. In Key West, you can phone 305-294-1041. So there are those complications that really can cause some problems.
So, yeah, and actually a big one is malnutrition. To people that tend to suffer gastroparesis, they don't eat as much because they don't feel like they can, and they don't absorb the nutrients that they need. So they tend to be malnourished. Dehydration, again, not drinking enough fluid, blood sugar swings, like we mentioned with our diabetic patients. Sometimes they'll be too high, they'll be too low. Again, it's based on diet. So, and acid reflux, which I brought this topic up today because, as you know, Dr. Smith scopes the upper and the lower, but we get a lot of patients complaining of these symptoms. So they end up, either complaining of acid reflux or GERD, not controlled by medication, having the feeling of nausea, admitting to vomiting, and having that feeling of fullness after they eat.
Okay. Well, you talked about, doing the scopes, et cetera. How is this diagnosed?
So first, we need to make sure there isn't an obstruction. You can have what's called a gastric outlet obstruction, and that could cause these symptoms. So the first thing to do is to make sure that's not occurring. One of the gold standard tests is the gastric emptying study. Basically, you go into, it's an outpatient radiologic study. Down here, I believe you eat a hard-boiled egg that's injected with something, and you eat it and you come back and they scan and they monitor how much you digested the egg. It's a really long test because I think, if I remember correctly, you go back every hour for 4 hours.
Right. All right. Well, clear your schedule.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Nikki, the nurse practitioner, with us talking this morning about gastroparesis on Good Morning Keys, and treatment then. Once it's diagnosed, what are the options?
Diet. So diet is it's a big step into treating this, or managing it, I should say. Small, frequent meals, 4 to 5 times a day, small bites, and don't eat fast, because a lot of times people eat fast, they eat quick, and they try and get as much in as possible. That's not the best thing. So small, frequent meals, low fat and lower fiber is tended to be better with people with these conditions. But you got to be careful when we talk about fiber. You need fiber too to keep yourself regular. So, but patients that have this conditions do better with a low fiber, low fat diet.
Okay. And how about in severe cases? Well, you can actually have medications too, though, that can help.
Right. The drugs that stimulate stomach movement and anti-nausea meds can help manage gastroparesis as well. In severe cases where malnutrition is present, you might need feeding support, which would most likely mean either some type of parental nutrition, possibly a feeding tube, and I would assume that's in severe cases. I've never seen that happen, but I'm sure it could occur. IV fluids, and then surgery would be the last resort. Again, this is something we can manage, not cure. It's a chronic condition, but it can be manageable. It really just, it's up to the person if you're diagnosed with gastroparesis, being able to be compliant with what you need to do.
Okay. And then who is at risk of gastroparesis?
So like we said, people with diabetes, both type 1 and type 2, anyone who has chronic nausea, vomiting or bloating, patients that have abdominal surgery, and people on certain medications. There's a huge list of medications that could cause gastroparesis. There was too many to list, but if the Cleveland Clinic has a good patient handout, if you go there, you can see all the medications that could cause gastroparesis. Don't ignore these symptoms. They can become serious. So if you have persistent vomiting, unintentional weight loss, severe bloating, or trouble eating, reach out to your primary care doctor, of course, where we deal with this all the time. So you can also contact our office.
Yeah, Dr. Rhoda Smith, treating gastroparesis and many other maladies through surgical care and other means at Key West Surgical Group Incorporated in Med Spa, 3134 Northside Drive, Key West. Exceptional care close to home online, keywestsurgicalgroup.com. So, don't ignore those warning signs because your body's trying to tell you something. If you're suffering from persistent vomiting, unintentional weight loss, severe bloating, trouble eating, as a recap there, your body is trying to tell you that there is something off, and evaluating GI symptoms is something that Dr. Rhoda Smith is very, very familiar with.
That is correct. We see it a lot in the office, like I said.
Well, you may think that nothing is going on, but it's best to get the answers. Key West Surgical Group Incorporated in Med Spa, exceptional care close to home at 3134 Northside Drive in Key West, helping you feel better, helping you look better with those 3 advanced laser technologies for aesthetics, RF microneedling. Combination of all of those types of treatments can make you look so wonderful.
That is correct. We do offer free consultations. We do have a special running, so come in and see us. It is for a 5D laser facial. It seems to be our most popular one. It gets the most traffic, and people do love the results. So I've done it to myself twice, so highly recommend. It's our current special. You can check that out on Facebook and Instagram.
Yay. What was Dr. Smith having done that I observed?
So she had that, it was that ultra platinum laser facial where we combined all 4 devices. So we used all 3 lasers and RF microneedling on her at once, which is that's a phenomenal treatment.
Well, if she's willing to undergo it, she has complete faith in it, as have you. And I had to be somewhat careful because I'm like, wow, Dr. Smith, you look fabulous. And then, of course, I had to retract. Not that you looked bad before, but you look instantly wonderful.
I know people get so when they tell you oh, you look good. I was like, oh, what did I look like before?
Exactly.
Yeah. How tired did I look before?
Must have been terrible. That's not the case with Dr. Smith. However, yes, it's a noticeable glow with all of you once this happens with the advanced aesthetics. And that's partially why she has invested so much time and effort and training with all of you, and resources too, with these advanced laser techniques. Also available exclusively Key West Surgical Group and Med Spa. Call for your free consultation, 305-294-1041. You can go to keywestsurgicalgroup.com online and visit them, 3134 Northside Drive, Key West. Wonderful.
Yes, awesome.
Well, you enjoy the sunset over there.
That's where I wish I was, even though the day just begun. That's so pretty, isn't it?
It is very pretty, very pretty. Well, we enjoyed that so very much, and you've got a glow in the background. You've got a glow in the foreground with you. It's all wonderful.
Thank you.
Of course,
with my granny glasses on.
They're your intellectual glasses. That's what.
That's it. Okay, make me look smarter. Mm-hmm.
You do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nikki, nurse practitioner. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you soon, Michael.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It is Nikki, the nurse practitioner, Key West Surgical Group Incorporated in Med Spa, 3134 Northside Drive in Key West. Exceptional care close to home. KeyWestSurgicalGroup.com. We return, that is, Good Morning Keys, in just a moment.
Hot weather is on the way, and you'll need to get your pool prepared for those warmer temperatures as you try and cool down. MSP Supply can help. At MSP Supply, they help South Florida families enjoy their pools running crystal clear with everything you need. Pumps, filters, salt systems, PVC, and chemicals, all from trusted names like Pentair, Jandy, and Hayward. Not only do they have the equipment and supplies you need, but MSP Supply also has expert guidance on what fits your pool. So as the warmth of the summer months begin, you'll be nice and comfortable in your pool, beating the heat and relaxing. Because when it comes to your pool, MSP Supply has you covered with trusted brands and honest pricing. Stay comfortable and keep swimming longer. Visit MSPpool.com or stop by MSP Supply in Marathon or call 305-359-7665. That's 305-359-7665 or visit MSPpool.com. MSP Supply, your home, your pool, your supply.
Monroe County families, get ready for the Monroe County School District's kindergarten kickoff. During the week of April 20th through the 23rd, our K-8 and elementary schools will host special kickoff sessions to welcome our newest learners. Join us as we welcome new families into our caring, student-centered schools. Meet our exceptional teachers, explore bright kindergarten classrooms, and see why Monroe County School District is the best choice for your child's first school experience. Upon registration, your family receives our exclusive Playing Our Way to Kindergarten game, filled with fun readiness activities, safety lessons, and parent videos to help your child feel confident and prepared. Choose Monroe County Schools for strong early learning, safe and inclusive schools, and a joyful start to your child's educational journey. For dates and times of specific school sessions, visit our website at keyschools.com. Your child's journey of learning starts now with the MCSD Kindergarten Kickoff.
Do you want a reliable, fast, and convenient way to travel between the mainland and the Keys? The Dade Monroe Express is your solution. Service runs early morning through late evening, 7 days a week. Whether you're commuting or just visiting, Dade Monroe Express has got you covered. And the best part? You can try it for free. Visit trytransitfree.com and select Dade Monroe Express. Don't wait. Discover a stress-free way to travel to and from the Keys. The Dade Monroe Express is operated by Miami-Dade Transit.
Show off your competitive spirit during the 44th Annual Conch Republic Independence Celebration, April 17th through the 26th. Celebrate your fun dependence and compete in or cheer on the hilariously silly drag races, bed races, and Cowkey Bridge 0K. Take part in the Earth Day 5K and support the CR Marine Army's ocean and mangrove cleanups. Plus, Schooner Wharf Bar's conch shell blowing contest, pirate costume competition, and the breathtaking Wreckers Race to Sand Key. Visit conchrepublic.com for more information and to sign up. Brought to you by the Monroe County Tourist Development Council, DAC1, Conch Republic Military Forces, and Florida Keys businesses.
Key West authentic Irish pub, dining, and rooftop lounge is Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street. The Celtic Conch always features delicious Irish cuisine and tasty pub grub with more than 40 Irish whiskeys, specialty cocktails, and local drafts. Ask about their daily food specials, including kids 12 and under eat free on Wednesdays when ordering from the kids menu with adult purchase of at least $25. Limit 2 children per adult, dine-in only. Plus, the best in live entertainment. Monday, it's Dean Dunleavy from 8 to 11. Tuesday, test your knowledge with trivia from 7 to 9. Wednesday features Just George from 8 to 11. Thursday, Milo performs live from 4 to 7, followed by Dave Minneberg from 8 to 11. Friday, Dean Dunleavy returns from 5 to 8, then Milo entertains from 8 to 11. Saturday, come back for Dave Minneberg from 5 to 8 and Just George from 8 to 11. Then Sunday, Tony Roberts plays live from 3 to 6. Celtic Conch Public House, 528 Front Street, Key West. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Sláinte.
This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. No major incidents being reported up and down US 1 as far as traffic goes. That is good news. 50% chance of rain through the day. And Cynthia Guerrero was telling us it's raining in Key Largo, so we may get some through the lower Keys into Key West a little bit later on with a high of 81 degrees. But that temperature continues to go up And it reminds us that it's always a good time in the Keys to have a pool to enjoy, but it's getting even warmer. You're going to want that even more if you do not have a pool already. If you do, we also know who can help you maintain and upgrade that pool. It is Joe Johnston with us from Islamorada Pools on the line here this morning. Hi, Joe. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Mike. How's it going, Keys Talk?
You were born to be a TV personality, I think. Joe, you are in quite the setting there. You've got a really big pool behind you of the natural type.
Yeah. God put this one in, and he seems to be doing a pretty great job with it. So I don't think I can improve on that one. You know.
It is very nice. You're in the vicinity of close to where I was just about an hour ago. But in Big Pine, a nice setting. And it kind of goes to show you that Islamorada Pools is throughout the entire Keys, not necessarily serving God's pools, but serving every other pool as well, and creating ones that are almost as detailed and almost as perfect as one that God would do. You're a close second. Let's put it that way.
Well, we should be so lucky, right? Well, we are we're out looking for great pools to build. We have done some magnificent pools. Today, I'm going to go look at a few pool decks because people want to get a nice texture around there. They've got a gorgeous pool already. Some we built and some we didn't. But the pool deck around those areas, people want those to be beautiful too, and so that's what I'm going to do. I got some in Summerland, some in Stock Island, and of course here on Big Pine today, and that's why I'm out here.
Yeah, well, Joe Johnston with us from Islamorada Pools. You can find out more at islamorada.pools.com. And also, I do see your title there has Sundeck as well. So that is that's the product that you and your team have become experts in, and one that you now stand behind as well.
Yep. If you stand on it, we stand behind it, Mike.
Absolutely. Well, and before you stand on it, it has to be installed properly. And even before that, you have to pick the right product for the pool environment, etc. And then it has to last the test of time in the Florida Keys. Not an easy task.
Nope. When we were looking around for a decorative concrete coating, there was a lot of products that we passed on because down here around latitude 24, the sun is a different creature, and as we all know, there's the salt and the sun are vicious on things, and so we worked with Sundeck out of Texas, and their product has stood the test of time. It's a high quality product, and we really like it.
And what does it actually do then? Explain the application, and for those who may have a need, maybe not even realizing it just yet. What is the Sundeck product, and how does it apply? What does it do?
Sure. Yeah. Well, there are, to hyper simplify it, I think of it as nail polish on concrete. It just makes it beautiful. But more technically, it creates a texture that is better than straight concrete as far as heat. It's a cooler. It's a cooler coating. We also include a silica. If you need it. If it's a commercial pool, there's certain non-slip standards that we have to go up to. And the Sundeck product meets all of those ISO needs. So we also work with architects, and we have the product designed into the build very often. So it just makes it gorgeous. We've got so many things we can create a facade that is that looks like a wooden deck. A lot of people like the classic texture, which is a really nice knockdown, pretty bold. It's got smooth. it's got a smooth coating on it, even though it's textured, so it's non-slip, but it's not aggressive. It doesn't hurt the little feeties and knees and things that are crawling around the edge of your pool. And it's a great product overall. People really, once they have it and see it, or see it and don't have it, they love it and they want it.
Well, it is the finishing touch on a beautiful pool, it would appear. I mean, people put a lot of time and effort into designing and constructing their pool, which Amarada Pools certainly takes care of in an expert fashion, construction, remodeling, and repair. But then having that finishing touch of the sun deck application really does complete, it's the coup d'etat, I guess.
Yeah, well, you want to have your whole outside setting exactly the way that you want it. You know, you've got a gorgeous pool and you're looking around at plain old concrete, and you just want to have something that you can enjoy looking at, enjoy sitting on, something you're not worried about slipping on and hurting yourself, especially the kids or our older folks, you know. I know personally I don't want to fall and hurt myself either, you know. And that whole thing with all of your furniture, you sort of create your outdoor scape, and then that becomes your private escape. And that's what we really strive for, is to make your outdoor space beautiful, something that you like the way you like it. We have custom colors. We can match any paint code, you know, that you've got. So if you need a particular color, we can do it. We work with the condo associations, with the housing, with the HOAs, the apartment buildings. So we do commercial, we do private. It's a gorgeous thing, really. And it really, like you say, wraps everything up with a nice bow.
Yeah, Almirada Pools online at almiradapools.com. Speaking with Joe Johnston. You can also see pictures of their finished work online in the gallery there, or go to the showroom, 86701 Overseas Highway, Suite 3 in Almirada, servicing the entire Keys with the really premier construction, remodeling, repair, all complete attention to detail from the start of your dream to the finish of your dream pool, and the maintenance and repair and remodeling as well, should that be the case. And, you know, Joe, people talk about, and we've talked about, what a pool does for the homeowner and kind of the quality of life. We've mentioned a little bit about that, how it really enhances your home. How about the value of the home? What does a pool bring to the value of the home and the property overall?
Well, it definitely raises the bar on your value, depending on the pool, depending on the house, depending on the neighborhood. You know, everything is in, I don't know, margins of value. If you're in an extremely nice neighborhood, it's expected that you have a pool. You know, when you're listing, when you're making your listing, it's expected. And if you live in a more reasonable and economic neighborhood, right, then having a pool is definitely a luxury item. And if you're going to sell or to Airbnb or VRBO, you definitely want to have a great pool. That'll keep people from swiping left on your property when they're looking for one. The value is going to depend on the pool. So it could be anywhere from, say, 80 to, I don't know, $500,000. We've put some really big pools in for some really large properties, and it's always been great. Everyone's been happy with it, and we look forward to keeping that reputation going just like it is.
Well, yeah, and the reputation of Almirada Pools has been long-standing here in the Keys as being premier quality and attention to detail. You, as the owner, are continuing that legacy and relying upon the people who have built that reputation and their expertise, joining you with that extreme attention to detail and demand of high quality and standards that Almirada Pools continues to achieve. And I'm looking at the gallery here online at almiradapools.com. It is breathtaking, really, how some of these pools are even bordering the ocean, but yet blending with the landscape in a way that it's almost breathtaking. It really is. And oh my gosh, there's another one that just it has kind of an island in the middle of it. It's just astounding what can be created from anyone's concept or dream all the way to becoming a beautiful reality. It's amazing.
That's right. Tiffany Williams is in our showroom, and she is our designer, and she works with you to build whatever it is that you happen to have in your head for what you feel is going to be your perfect swimming area, swimming pool. She's going to help you with that. And with that being said, if anyone has any questions, we know that they can get in touch with Keys Talks, send those questions in. Man, we will be happy to answer those questions online, live. There's no bad questions. I know that people want to know.
Well, Joe, you are our pool expert. You've got a team of experts behind you. That's a good point. If anyone does have a question about their pool, what can be accomplished, what should be expected, or anything that may come to mind in terms of pool remodeling, construction, repair, or about the Sun Deck product, etc., please go to keysnewstalk.com, reach out, send us an email, and we will make sure that we get our panel of experts at Almirada Pools right on that question. And, your need, your dream, your vision, or whatever, will go right to those people who can make it a reality. So Joe Johnson with us, Almirada Pools at almiradapools.com. And Joe, of course, personally throughout the entire Keys, as evidenced by the fact that he's in Big Pine this morning, right by the water. I know you're probably very soon going to appear at another community event or community meeting or something as you continue to represent Almirada Pools and continue to give back. You did a very major donation to Baptist Health here recently, too, I think.
Oh, yeah. We donated a swimming pool to Baptist Health, and Margie Smith got a hold of us and talked to us about what a benefit that would be to the community. And we donated a swimming pool to Baptist Health. I think it's a good organization. Just Friday, I think the 2nd, we were at the Tropical Gala for Habitat for Humanity down in Key West, and that was a fantastic. That was a fantastic event. We were glad to be there. We were glad to donate. We were glad to be part of the community. We are you. Where we are you. We live here all the time.
Right.
I'm not somewhere up in Michigan owning this company from a distance. I'm out here. I'm going around. All of our people are here. We're all going around. We live here. So we want to do what we can do. And we appreciate that there are so many other people here, great people in the Keys that are also giving and doing.
Yeah, you are not some guy in a pickup truck driving down from who knows wherever. You are vested in the community, as is your entire team and have been for quite some time. Our neighbors, our friends, you'll see them at the grocery store, and then hopefully you'll see them building your next dream pool or remodeling or providing Sun Deck product to your poolscape as well. So in order to find out more, almiradapools.com. Visit them in person at 86701 Overseas Highway Suite 103 Almirada. You can also reach out there. I know there's a phone number here at 305-852-3133, or just reach out and Joe might just show up at your property as he has in Big Pine here at your request.
Right on, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we've covered it now for the day. I know you've got meetings to get to. Anything else we should add, Joe?
Nope. Just call if you've got any questions or thoughts or concerns. Give us a call, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Well, thank you. And as I had mentioned, this show is airing on Keys Living TV at 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock daily now, the day that it airs. And that's on channel 27, as well as Roku streaming and the app for your smart device at your favorite app store for Keys Living TV. And I mention that because I think you now hold the pinnacle prize as far as having the best background for a guest so far. Pretty amazing. Joe, thank you so much. It is beautiful. Well, you take care, Joe. Thanks so much for being here.
All right, Mike. We appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Take care now. Bye now. It is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys will return in a moment.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold, delicious ground coffee, always brewing, and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now, Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche, delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in store with 24 hours advance notice. Enjoy new cream-filled croissants with chocolate or vanilla filling and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. Old Town Bakery, KeyWest.com.
Hey folks, Stephen Bender here at Key West Toyota. Tacomas and Camrys and Tundras, oh my! We've got one of our largest selections in stock and on the way right now. And with our exclusive deal match guarantee, you know you're getting the right deal. So come see the people you know, like, and trust right here on the Boulevard or KeyWestToyota.com. We've got the keys.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
If it's happening in the Keys, you will hear about it here. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys, and good morning to you. No major incidents being reported up and down US 1, luckily, but those could happen at a moment's notice, causing us some traffic problems. Well, one way to help alleviate that stress is to take public transportation, and Key West Transit, of course, providing that each and every day. We're going to say good morning to Rogelio. Rogelio Hernandez is with us. He's the Director of Transportation, Key West Transit. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing very well, and good morning to you and your listeners.
Yes, thank you so much for being here this morning, Rogelio. So let's lead off then with some big news that we've been trying to make people aware of, but it will affect public and private transportation. That is the 7 Mile Bridge run. It's happening this Saturday, and consequently, the 7 Mile Bridge will be closed to all traffic, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Need to plan ahead and plan around that, but it also will affect the Lower Keys shuttle that a lot of people utilize as well.
Yeah, that is correct. So the Lower Keys shuttle service will be delayed until after 9 a.m. So the first bus leaving Marathon heading southbound will be at 9:21 that morning, starting at Sadowski Causeway heading southbound. Then the northbound bus departs Key West at 9:26 a.m. from Whitehead and Eaton Street. So that's one thing I want our riders and the listeners to be aware of. So Saturday, April 11th, 7 Mile Bridge run. The service will be delayed until after 9 a.m.
Okay. Rogelio Hernandez with us, Director of Transportation, Key West Transit. On Good Morning Keys, yes, that will affect a lot of people. You need to make prior plans. And then, Rogelio, thank you for the clarification as far as the Lower Keys shuttle and the effect on that. Speaking of the shuttle, I was just going to make mention of the Dade Monroe Express that does connect with and take people the rest of the way up from the Lower Keys shuttle up to the mainland and back. A lot of people are utilizing that as well. And I know they have something we've been mentioning. They have a free trial run. You can try that free of charge as well. So there are transportation options available to people throughout the entire Keys. And of course, Key West Transit makes all of that possible from Marathon on down. That dovetails, though, into the fact that fuel prices are on the rise. I had heard earlier today that nationwide, gas prices are about $1.17 higher than they were per gallon this time last year, maybe even more so in Florida. People are needing to consider alternatives now, and public transportation and Key West Transit certainly is an option.
It is. So the Lower Keys shuttle is a reliable and affordable transportation service that we've offered since 2005, connecting all the keys, the chain of keys between Key West and Marathon. Mm-hmm. So that route operates 7 days a week, same schedule, and really it's one of the most cost-effective way to move around the Keys.
Yeah. Is the fare going to be affected by fuel prices? I mean, I'm not sure how long you can sustain the increase in fuel prices. Might we have to see some kind of a fare increase if this continues?
So that's a great question. The fare has not increased in quite some time now, at least over 7 years. It's currently $4 each way, or $25 for a 7-day pass that you can use unlimited. And then there's also reduced fares. So if you're a senior over the age of 60, if you're a student under the age of 21, or if you're disabled or active or retired military, then you pay a lesser fee than the $4. It's actually $2 and $1 for seniors. So it's, again, really cost effective. And to answer your question, at the moment, there is no conversations about increasing the rate on the Lower Keys shuttle.
Wow, that is amazing. So those increased costs are being absorbed by the system, but people can benefit by a very cost-effective way of getting around, especially given that cost of fuel, very significant. We already have a high cost of living. Key West Transit continuing to provide that option to help with that cost of living, despite the increasing fuel prices. Whether it's for workforce or Key West rides, there are options available for whatever the need of the transit user is.
Yeah, absolutely. And then listeners can get more information on each one of those services on kwtransit.com or by downloading Passio Go on their mobile phone.
Yeah, and there they can see where the buses are, pickup times, all of those options are available to make it easier than ever, whether it's Key West rides on demand or workforce or the Lower Keys shuttle, et cetera. Those options all exist. And I got to tell you, Key West Transit looks like geniuses now for having that electric bus.
Oh, yes. And that bus will be out in service here probably within the next 60 days. We just went through some driver training, which is extremely important on an electric bus, as well as mechanics being trained on how to perform maintenance on that bus, because we're talking about high voltage here. So yeah, we're slowly but surely getting that bus ready to for riders to enjoy and use.
And what route will that typically be? That'll be local to Key West, will it not?
Correct. That'll stay within the Key West and Stock Island limits.
Yeah. Okay. What's the capacity of that bus?
The capacity is 32 seating
wow.
and 20 standing, so it can hold quite a bit comfortably.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I assume it's quiet also.
Extremely quiet.
Very good. And very fuel efficient as well. We who would have thought that a couple of years ago when we were just putting that into operation that we'd be experiencing the high cost of traditional and fossil fuel here. It's a great time to implement the electric bus for sure.
It is perfect timing.
Yeah. Is there any talk about possibly looking to more?
At the moment, no. This is really a pilot program. We're going to see, because Key West is a bit different than than everywhere else around the nation. Saltwater environment, the roads. We're going to be testing this bus out and analyzing the data we'll be collecting the next couple of years and determine if that's the route that we should be taking moving forward when replacing our current fleet. Or if a hybrid is a better option, or our current regular clean diesel.
Yes, very good point. Okay, Rahulio Hernandez, Director of Transportation, Key West Transit, and the City of Key West on Good Morning Keys. And I know we had been talking about record-breaking ridership on Key West rides and the like. How are we doing so far this year as far as ridership numbers?
Yep, on Key West rides, we actually broke our own record back in January with 16,700 trip requests on our on-demand service. And it was super exciting because we've been operating now for over 3 years. However, last month, we beat our record once again with 17,900 requests. So we've been extremely busy on the Lower Keys, the workforce, and the Key West rides.
That's amazing. Those are big numbers, and you're keeping up with it, though. We appreciate the diligence and efficiency of all of your operators and the entire system overall with Key West Transit. Again, Rahulio Hernandez, Director of Transportation, Key West Transit, and the City of Key West. You can go to kwtransit.com. Also go and download the Passio Go app to be plugged in constantly with Key West Transit and the options available to you. So those are some great developments. We also have a development in terms of paratransit as well. We wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, it's exciting because it's much needed. The City of Key West will be standing up its own ADA complimentary paratransit service for people who can't use the fixed route public transportation system like the workforce route because of their disability. So this will be a door-to-door service, and the trips will have to be scheduled a day in advance. And those that are interested in the service will be required to submit an application and meet eligibility. So it's a bit different than our current fixed route system and our on-demand service that we provide the Key West rides. However, it is a much needed service, and more information will be posted on KW Transit, especially regarding the upcoming public meetings that we'll be having on this service.
Okay, well, we'll want to get the word out as far as those public meetings and make sure that people are fully aware so they can become involved as well. So we'll look forward to that information at a future date.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, Rahulio, anything else we should mention at this time?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you. That was very complete. I appreciate your time. I know you've got a busy day to get back to, but we always appreciate our visits with you here in the morning. You have a wonderful day, sir.
You too. Talk to you next month.
Yes, indeed. Take care. Rahulio Hernandez, Director of Transportation, Key West Transit, City of Key West, Keys Talk, 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. And you know what? A good stop as you're going out and about on Key West Transit. A great place to stop is the Old Town Bakery. Take a bakery break at the corner of Eaton and Grinnell in Old Town Key West, a historic location that's been the center of the neighborhood for many years. They continue that tradition at Old Town Bakery with all kinds of delectable treats, pastries, brownies, cookies, fresh artisan baked breads that become delectable sandwiches for breakfast or for lunch. They've got quiche as well, fresh baked up. You can get a whole pie for yourself. Please give them 24 hours advance notice at the store to prepare a quiche specifically and specially for you. 2 different varieties to choose from. Soups for lunch as well. Those are luscious as well. Delicious. Whatever the word might be, you're going to agree. Try the soups. They're fabulous. They start baking all of their goods at 1 a.m. every morning so that it is fresh baked and ready to go for you. Top it off with a wonderful cup of coffee as well. And your dog will get some bacon when they come in. They'll love it as well. OldTownBakeryKeyWest.com online to order ahead for pickup and delivery. Or better yet, visit the store, Old Town Bakery, corner of Eaton and Grinnell in Old Town Key West. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. Plenty of news to get to. Breaking news as soon as it happens. Local, state, national news at least every half hour. Weather around the clock.